Good morning. Hello, everyone. We did it. We made it in. Woohoo. All right. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Oh, I decided to come outside today for some fresh air, some just new energy, right? New energy, bringing 2025 in with a bang, with a lot of momentum. I think it's necessary for all of us. 2024 has just been a roller coaster of a year. Um, so we're going to do a preview. We're going to do an attunement to the year of 2025. Just know that I don't work off of, for this type of an attunement, we're not working off of the astrology. We're more so actually navigating and feeling our way into the year through the flames. So these are collective flames that are going to be present and around. Just in the flames are the qualifying nature of what the energy has going on. Like, what is the overall resounding energy that we're meant to be calling in and experiencing, kind of like a weather report, if you will. Again, I don't base it off of numerology or astrology. Those are the two most common ways that we learn and base off of what's going on. And for deep dives, like that's the way to go. But again, I like to look at what are the energetics, what is the fuel available to your diamond ray, your inner blueprint, all of your star seed energy, so that you're able to meta it. And if you have not gotten your Metatron code reading, your annual for the year, the outlook, it's an opportunity to dive into this exact thing, not at the collective level, but to cross compare the collective level to what you have going on individually for yourself, because there are different windows and times that each of our own flames kick up and turn up for the year. So with that, nice to deep breath in, rolling the shoulders and just wiggling through the waist as you settle in to the room, to the moment, to the beautiful outdoors. If you're out there, you can see our ducks maybe kind of wandering around in the background there. And as you close your eyes, I want you just to call in your own divine nature. We came outside in nature today to connect to nature. And I want you to call up your own divine nature as you breathe in and out, and in and out. And it's a new year. So, my invitation to you is we stepped across a threshold yesterday in meditation. We really brought together and harnessed all of the energies for 2024 and powerfully came through to 2025 as we land in today. And whether you're picking up this meditation now or at some other point, in the year, it's all going to be relevant. This is like identifying what is that track, if you will, that ring of energy that we are going to be rolling through, navigating through as we are make this journey around the sun and around the cosmos and around the galaxy and around just this life and your environment. So what I want to have you do actually, as you settle in some way shift your position. All right, go ahead and shift your position. And that could be that, again, we're calling in nature. So if you feel yourself getting called to, let's see, move towards the sun, right? Just looking at what I'm seeing for each of you. So if it's cool, chilly, freezing outside, move your position into or closer to a window, closer to the sun, or maybe where some sunlight's coming in. If there isn't sunlight, feel into the room and where the energy feels like it's holding the most sunlight, whether it's actually there or not. And if you are able to go outside, I invite you, if you're not outside, to head outside and take a nice deep breath in and let's see, what else am I feeling in the field as people start to tune into us today? And if none of those really feel, if you're like, no, I've found my spot, then what I want you to do is just shift your angle, right? If you're facing one way, like turn 90 degrees. All right. So you figure out what makes the most sense for you. But the key is here, just like yesterday I was indoors, today I'm outdoors. We want to recalibrate our orientation point for syncing up with this new year. So just feeling into that, I'll give you all a moment to get settled in and just start to tune in from here. Feel the new energy from the moment we began to now and the shifts that you just made, because this is truly what 2025 is about. I said we're not going to try the numerology. Well, we just went from an 8-year to a 9-year, it's completion. It just has different energetics, different themes. The astrology is going to be, this past year was a lot about masculine cleanup, if you will. This year is going to be a lot of masculine integration. We're not throwing bombs, as many bombs this year. It was an epic bomb throwing year. And as a result, this year coming in, integration means things settling in. So that's all we're going to do with very brief numerology and astrology for what the year has to come. Let's go ahead and find that diamond ray. So shifting your consciousness to the sun, as we always do, beginning with that light link, sending your awareness up to the sun, even tilting your head up to it where it may be. There's an orb of light there. It's either imprint of sun because you have a lot of sun that comes through the window or wherever you may be, or it's just naturally there. So feel that energy of the sun that is held within your field, and let yourself just take this moment to make this connection, to do this light link in a new way. Send that cord of consciousness, that golden thread, your vision up to the sun. And as you do, imagine it just completely flooding out your vision. Let it totally flood out your vision in a new way, as though it's burning off any incinerating, any last remaining energetics and debris of 2024. We brought through whatever needed to come through, and we get to Phoenix. Whatever energy came across this portal into 2025, we get to Phoenix that energy. We get to let it burn in the ashes and rise up in new shape, in new path, in new ways, in new form. And as it does, as you feel that energy of 2024 renewing and recycling itself, going from old and like a new sprout coming across the surface, imagining a little grassy path coming into this threshold of 2025 with you, and slowly a path of light that is beautiful and azure in its flame, but also this energy of green light, the path of 2024 and whatever rose above the surface into 2025 with you. And there could be some things you can still weed this out. We did a lot of weeding yesterday, but if you weren't on yesterday, feel free to do some weeding, pull some of those energies that you do not choose to carry forward with you. And just let this green and gold and then a little bit of blue like the ocean out there in the distance, maybe 20, 30 feet in front of us. Imagining this all coming in. This is how we're calling in the earth today. We are using this as our second component of the light link, grounding into the earth. Today we are grounding into an energetic timeline. The energetic timeline, it is already set because we know Earth, what it's going to do. It's going to go out. It's going to continue to spin on its axis. All things energetically spin, and you will continue to spin. And there's a trajectory, there's a path. And so like a ring around a tree, this energy is already set. It's already here. All right. Now, have we got it? Some green grass, if you will, that's sprouted up from 2024, the seeds that have risen, a nice golden path that you can start to see this grass writhing on the path in front of you. And in the distance, some azure flame, kind of as though the gold, like the beach, melts into the ocean, the azure. And that is where we are going to go. So, with that, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I invite you to call in your super conscious energy now as you feel that sunshine shining down on you again. And this time, taking in all the ways in which it has flooded out your mind's eye. And let yourself begin. I've given you an anchor point through the visuals we just worked off of. And now just start to float, start to drift. This isn't about us going out into it. This is about the experiences coming to us, right? It's coming to us. So much like sitting back and watching the movie unfold, the movie, the images, the projections come to you. So that's how we're going to experience and move, navigate through 2025. So go ahead, feel yourself swirling and spinning just to attune to how the energy moves. It is not a linear path, although it can be fun to do the linear path. I really want to invite you to sit back, breathe, roll your shoulders, imagining this movie screen of azure light getting closer and closer, not worrying about how you're moving as we head in to the year to come. And so azure flame represents the future vision. The white flame, the diamond ray, when your vision gets flooded out, that is your superconscious, as well as how you access your blueprint. So we are setting the coordinates now for 2025. And in a moment, we get to hit ignite, go. Just start to watch the energy unfold. You may see different colors. You may see different energies around. Go with it, trust it. Feel free to take note in your mind. We are pulling in collective energy. And as we come into this field, it is a field with some deep midnight energy for January with flecks of gold. So we are heading, February is a month of initiation. These flecks of gold, golden light are drawing that in, but it's all coming out of what 2024 was, which was just midnight flame, transformation, total transformation, pure potential. The midnight flame can be full of challenges. It can be it can be the stripping down of all that we are, the darkness. But within this darkness is that golden thread, is that pure flame. It is the womb energy. It is 0 point. And so as we move through January, just feeling yourself as though you're in the cosmos, I want to give your mind a moment to just calibrate to this collective energy as though we're in the cosmos. And there are these silver cords of light, ribbons of light, and one big golden thread, almost as though this golden thread is like the sun rising, creating a perfect morning, a perfect golden sunrise. Just let yourself feel that golden energy coming in through the month of February. This is connection, this is initiation. Whatever we have called in collectively through the month of January, actually through the year of 2024, the roots are taking hold, the initiation begins. We've hit the go button. New ways, new energy floods in. And what can be brilliant about this golden ray is that it's not just gold, it has yellows and oranges. It has pure manifestation power. It is like the rubber meets the road kind of energy, but it also just can totally attune us to absolutely anything. When we're doing body work in the energy field, we feel things with golden light because it is that connection, that creative genius. It is the collective, the intention of the collective. A couple nice deep breaths in here. And as we move through February, we move into March and a lot of pure flame energy here. It's as though that golden light morphs into the pure flame. And what's here for us is the earth, the consciousness, the matrix is rising up in her own blueprint, which of course makes it easy for each of us to access our blueprint. What does that mean? It means it's easy to tap in. It's easy to feel, it's easy to connect to our yeses and our nos. It makes it easy to just do things that we never would have done before because there is no other choice, there is no other path. Oh, and as you feel that yes, many of those yeses and those boundaries that you set through March, it brings in violet flame. And this violet flame is coherence, right? It is the blending, it is the merger of your blueprint with your dimensional reality. It is your masculine and your feminine. It is the field of total coherence, dimensional coherence. So, something you've been up to, something you've been calling in from that blueprint, authenticity, blueprint energy, pure flame, diamond tray, that's authenticity just naturally settles in this brilliant violet flame. So let yourself move through these purple hues. Some pinks here starting to seed themselves for a few of you and for the collective. And this is potential, right? Because now we've landed, we can feel this energy inside of us. We've settled it into our cells. A little bit of detoxing was done through January, flushing out whatever remaining components in December from 2024, flushing out through January, initiation, clearing the deep stuff with that golden light and pure flame blueprint. So as we head into April here in this violet flame of coherence, it is mastery because you are this light being. So I invite you all to just feel the top of your mind opening. Let the top of your mind open. Let this violet flame that like a fountain bubbling up, let it rise out of the top of your mind, almost as though you're unscrewing the lid to a jar. And within that jar is all of this violet flame. And as you gaze down, as though you're gazing into the depths of the ocean, you can see that galaxy of the midnight in pure flame in your heart. And it's almost, this is a fun image, it's almost like we get to go fishing from the top of our mind. We get to drop that line down and in from the top of the mind. Drop that line of golden thread down and in. Capture a star from that cosmos swirling in your heart in the midst of the midnight flame. Go ahead and hook it, draw it up. So that's why we had some pink flame, because pink flame is something new, rises in the consciousness. So cool, got a fun little side visual going right now. Imagining now you've caught that flame, you're holding that starlight. We're just going to hold on to it for a moment, let the energy show us what it wants to do as we continue into May. In May, we come back to some midnight flame. So that's probably what we were doing with that golden thread there. Dropping down in May is when you actually take that dive, you follow that thread down and in to that cosmos you were seeing inside of your heart. And this means some recalibration. May is going to be a lot of puzzle pieces shifting for what you captured, that star you captured as we dove down and in, moving from April into May, brought us into the depths of the ocean. And what's cool about these flames is that they will absolutely repeat, but they have different qualifying characteristics. So, like I said, January was a lot of detoxification, just purification, 0 point neutrality. In May, it's going to be more of like chaos, swirling, potent energy. The universe cleans it all up for you because now we've embodied it. And now, as of May, the external environment starts to synchronize us with it. Nice deep breaths in here, my loves. All right. I want you just to feel into this energy as we move through May. It is you standing in the eye of the storm. You in the midst, in the center, in the eye of the storm. And as you stand in the midst of this dark field with the storm swirling all around you, gazing down at your feet, and there is a beautiful red rose symbolizing that ruby flame. And go ahead and just dive into that energy or pluck it, bring that nose and its bouquet up to your face. This is the energy for June, and it is integration, 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 embodiment. This is everything you've been working on now, coming all the way in. And again, we're speaking for the Gaia, we're speaking for the collective, the matrix, the energy of the new paradigm consciousness seeding itself. And so, embodiment and integration, this is the energy literally coming into, at a collective level, the matrix, also into your cells through the DNA. Each of us collectively, as we hold this ruby flame, let yourself get immersed into it. This is the Magdalene. June is a month of the Magdalene. And think about it, it is solstice energy, the height of the golden light brought into physical form. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And the effect of it is like arising in your body, arising in your system. As you feel that energy rising, it's like tidal waves of light just coming up and through the cells, but a lot of red energy. You may feel like you're in red sand, just a red field. It could feel a little bit fiery because there's some transmutation that's coming through, and we're working with those lower fields of the sun, the burning at the not the etheric level, but the physical level. That's what generates that golds and reds versus the center is the pure flame. Letting this beautiful ruby flame ripple out to your system. And as we do, we pop immediately into some azure flame. And so the effect of this is from that ruby flame, we've now elevated. We've elevated our physical system. It's like we've climbed the mountain and we can see the horizon, which brings us to that azure flame. Got a whole bunch of it floating in my pool behind me. Azure flame. This is the future vision for July. Ooh, nice deep breaths in here, just breathing in those azure colors of the Caribbean Sea, because we are gazing out across the horizon as we connect and can see ideas land, your mind, your consciousness, new levels of understanding. We are out of the woods, we are out of the trees, if you will, for what we are creating in 2025, everything you've called in, you can start to see some, you'll be seeing it through the year, but like that vision is really going to land where we are going, who we are as a collective, the big ideas that you've been fostering and harboring within, all taking root, taking hold, being able to see the next step, this leap of epic faith that we have all been in, especially doing the work. Ah, Yes, this is the stepping stone that we get to land on the other side. Feel the chills of that. Your consciousness merging with the new ideas, merging with all of this brilliant work that you've done as we gaze out to August. And we are back to some, can feel we've got a mix here of two flames coming in. August is going to be a potent month. It's got a lot of golden flame. I believe this is some big golden light Syrian influence. We have the Lion's Gate, and it's a perfect synchronization, kind of a shifting point, if you will. So it's hard to separate that flame out, but at the center of it is pure violet flame, pure mastery. And so it's almost as though we see this azure flame and a new portal. That's what this is in August. A new portal opens of integration at this higher level of energy. So brilliant, brilliant field of energy for us to be tapping into to just let ourselves become the star beings we are here to become. Get out, get networking. This is not a cocooning month in August. It is a let your roots take hold through conversation, through sharing your frequency. This doesn't mean you have to become the guru. It just means be connective, be out in nature, feed the light, feed the energy into the matrix. If you're on this meditation, you are here because you are a star being doing the work. This August is going to be a huge month for that. Again, the rubber to hit the pavement, right? Like, God, that's such an old paradigm 3D visual, but it's important because our way for that happening is through the energy. I am seeing all of us just creating this violet flame. Again, that's coherence. So it's you touching the earth, touching the trees, touching the ecosystems that you engage with through work, through your family, through community, as we head into September. And it is pure flame. Again, we're back to diamond ray. So here it is to help you navigate this new energy. That pure flame rises up to help us calibrate. Again, when we're in pure flame, it's easy yeses, easy nos, tough choices, tough things to say and do sometimes because we got to hold some boundaries. But this one is going to feed you, continue to feed you your role in the vision, in the matrix, and what is coming. And that will lead to that's September as we head into October. That will dive us into, I'm seeing a couple different flames. It's going to be, October is going to be midnight. It's going to be midnight. So potential, just letting the ripples echo out across the ocean, letting the matrix that you've just infused with your light come into its own potential. You are doulaing this light and this energy in whatever ways you connect to the 3D through your families, the ecosystem, the matrix. It's like you're all going to collectively hold this field of potential through October. And then there is a spark of silver light, which means a birthing as we transition into November. We don't run silver in the flames as much. It's a field of immunity. It is a field of birthing, right? Think umbilical cord, stem cells, immunity, all of that energy in the system. Now, when it's birthing, we may need some immunity. There could be some big interruption coming out of that midnight flame, like volcanic, if you will, right? New things that really land, feel a big pulse of energy in the earth, explosive, not bomb type of energy, but like think whales surging up from the depths and breaching the water. That's what that silver light is coming through. Beautiful. Wow. November is going to be, if you haven't been doing the work, it's going to feel a little bumpy for the rest of us. We're going to be riding the waves. This is when we get to surf the wave. So that is the energy. That silvery energy is Sylvestra. And we're sailing. It rolls us into some beautiful azure flame to round out the year, future vision, setting the tone. And absolutely brilliant. Those depths of that whale, piercing the surface of the ocean towards that azure flame of the sky, and then collapsing the ripple, rocking out across the earth, and then just azure flame, the calm seas as the waters settle, the sun, the light rises in it, the depths of just pure bliss and floating through that month of December, landing that future vision into our matrix, into the now. And so here we are back a year from now with a threshold to step across into 2026. I want you to draw that line in the sand, because a year from now, we're going to be here and I'm going to say, look back at that line that we drew. I want you to feel back through all of the energy of this year, taking a nice deep breath in, exhaling out. Go ahead, give yourself a squeeze. We just went on an epic roller coaster ride, if you will, around the track, around the ring of energy. You each have individual flames that will be counteracting with that greater collective. If you've already had your readings, we're going to be able to, we can cross correlate what that looks like. With that, I bid you all an incredible 2025.